Good morning, Sagittarius. This is your reading today. I got a new deck of cards over the weekend, and I've left them out here on my pool table because this is where I love to read and do things. So I let them get a little vibration. I can't trust them yet. I mean, yes, I trust everything I get from Spirit. Here's Jack today. Oh, and Jack has a new stand. He wants everyone to see how amazing he is. Yes, I put in a candle. I've sought the guidance. I've got all kinds of beautiful things with me. But I think I'll incorporate some of these new cards into the readings. Maybe I'll do my clarifying cards or special cards with these cards. But the basis of our regular reading will still be my Rider-Waite deck. So I've already shuffled, I've already meditated, I've already prayed. Alright, I'm going to read 4 of those. I'm going to leave them out because I really like their vibration. I'm going to try harder to speak a little louder. Some of my other videos, people said they couldn't hear me as well, so I'm going to try really hard to speak a little louder. And I'm going to put our cards out. 1, 2, 3. And that's going to be our first set of readings. Let's take a look and see what we've got. Wow. We've got the 5 of Swords in the upside down position. Okay, and that's a nice card. It's filled with a lot of detail, so we'll find out what it means in just a minute. Then we've got the Knight of Swords, 2 swords in a row. Wow, something's going on here for sure, Sagittarius. And, whoa, look at that. 10 of Cups means wish fulfilled, but it's upside down, so maybe somebody's not getting what they're wishing for. We have to figure out what that means. So we'll just put that one down, and let's get a couple of clarifying cards. And we've got 1, 2, and I'm going to go with that for the 3rd card. So let's see what this 5 of Swords means. Wow. And look at that. We've got 8 of Rods. So we've got rods and swords together. We've got this King of Swords, and look at that. We've got more rods. Boy, there's really something going on, Sagittarius. There's a lot of things in your past and a lot of things in your future. And the Knight of Pentacles. You know, this is quite interesting because these 2 cards are quite similar. And they're right next to each other. We've got a white horse and a black horse. They're both facing the future. They both have these circles on there with their different ideas. So, you know, maybe life is presenting itself in black and white, and you just haven't seen it yet. Now, I'll give you a couple of comparisons. We've got a lot of yellow in this 10 of Cups, the 9 of Cups, and we've got a lot of yellow in the Knight of Pentacles. So some of these cards are already coming together for a message. Okay, so we need one more set of cards. Oh, look at that, the Star. Oh my gosh, look at that. More rods. Holy cow. And we've got the Fool. And wow, this is really interesting because the Fool is the first card in the deck. The Fool is upside down, but he's also very yellow, like the Knight of Pentacles and like the 9 of Cups. Okay, and again, he's presented upside down. So let's take a look at these cards a minute because, wow, This is really an interesting looking spread, since these three all show people in the male form, and all that I see in these cards are people in the male form. Somebody's having possibly a problem with a male. And it could be a child, it could be a father, it could be a friend, a co-worker. But some of these are very big problems. Now, we have a couple of cards from the Major Arcana here. We have the Star, and we have the Fool, which is the first card of the deck. So the Fool tells me, since it's at the very end, that it's actually the start of a new beginning. So let's take a look. Let's start with the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords upside down tells us that, somebody's not willing to face their past. They can't pick up and go on. As you see, their swords are laying there. Others have turned their back on this as well. But in comes the Knight of Swords. He's rushing from your future. He's holding his sword. He's ready to do battle. And if you look at this sword and the Five of Swords and the sword that's being held by the Knight of Swords, it's pretty much the same sword. Also, look at the visions, look at the colors. It's almost like these two cards blend together. They've got the same type of clouds. They've got the same type of colors. They've got the same vibration and emotion. And then we have the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is pretty much a wish card, but it's saying whatever you wish is not going to happen right now. Normally, when I read an upside down card, it means that you have to wait. You have to, things have to fall in place first before this can happen. So then let's move to the next message, and that is, wow, the Eight of Rods. And Eight of Rods presents itself right side up, which shows these wands or rods coming from your past almost into your future. So you're bringing a lot of baggage, a lot of excess into that reading, and you can see by the growth on these rods that these problems are only growing. So there's some things you can do about it. You have to get into things like this Six of Rods. Now the Six of Rods on the white horse, he's facing the future. He seems to have handled some of his problems. His rods are now stable, and he's feeling victorious. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles. Now we have the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles, and that's quite interesting as well, because Pentacles usually talks about our money, okay? And having that card underneath the wish card, it tells me that the money is in the future. It is there for you. You just have to handle these battles. You have to work on that, and you have to face what you need to go on to your future. Then in the next row, we have the Sun. The Sun is the Star, I'm sorry, it's an absolutely amazing card, because again, it means your wishes are coming true. If you look at all three cards in this row, all three of these cards are beautiful blue cards, okay? And the next one we have is the Ten of Rods. Now, if you look, we have the 8, we have the 6, and we have the 10. All of these are even numbers, which is interesting in a thought on its own. But at least now, he has a hold of his problems. He's heading into the future. He's going to pack up his baggage, and he's going to move into the future with it. And that's where the Fool comes in. Don't be a fool. Don't take that baggage with you. Leave it where you found it. Find a new way to get rid of it. The Fool is not quite the fool that we think. He is a sign of a new beginning. Like I said, the Fool is marked by the numbers 0. So I'm looking at this and I'm saying, well, this is quite interesting. So let me look at some of these new cards that we have. Ooh, we have the Magician. And the Magician is actually the sign of Gemini. And we have the High Priestess. Oh my gosh. Now these new cards, whoa, look at that. The Knight of Pentacles again. Look at that. How important is that? Very important. It's telling me that the Knight of Pentacles is very important to you. And the Six of Swords. These cards are much darker. They're much less colorful than my cards, but they pretty much convey the same messages. So let's start with the Magician. He is upright. He is saying, you have the power in your hands. You can do it. Really, there's no magic about it. You're just going to have to go out there and do it. The High Priestess says, highest card in the tarot deck, very powerful, good or bad, secrets to be revealed. So the High Priestess is the highest card in the deck. She's saying it may be a legal battle. It may be something that you're dealing with. And the outcome, the Knight of Pentacles, could be money. Things could be happening and flowing your way. It says a young man to 25 years. A visitor with a message to share. Okay, that's what this card symbolizes. And the Six of Swords. Boat over water travel, turning boat out of troubled waters into calmer waters. You see, in the Six of Swords is very much the same card in my normal deck. This card is colorful. It's really hard to, I'm sorry for being so jiggly too, to understand. But what these other 4 cards is doing is they're confirming that, you do indeed have the power. You have the power to take back your life and make things happen. The High Priestess says this is the highest power in the deck. The Knight of Pentacles is ready to launch into your future. And the Six of Swords says that you're going to be sailing into calmer waters as soon as we get our battles through. All right, Sagittarius, that is your reading for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Things will only get better. Hopefully you'll subscribe, and we'll be able to do this more often. I will start allowing personal readings soon as I get comfortable with this video and this equipment. So right now I just want to say love to all. Have a great day, Gemini.